All right, Bruce, look, mate, we've got some tough decisions to make here. I'm just not sure where Bellinger fits in, if I'm completely honest. But, do we trust Davis or Kalanick? Are they going to do the job consistently for us? Yeah, no, you're probably right, mate. You're probably right. All right, well, you know what? I'll go with you on this one. You're the one that's going to be battered and deep fried if we don't make the playoffs, so hope she works out for you.
Go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! Hey Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today.
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to the Chicago Cubs. It is opening day of Season 4. We are going to face Milwaukee at Milwaukee. And, well, let's have a look and see our team that we have to start the season off. Now, I am quietly confident we're going to have a decent season, but a lot of it's going to come down to our pitching staff and if my plan of ground ball pitches, good defense, all that kind of stuff is going to work out for us. So we can see the team here. There is a couple of decent prospects that are a little ways away from first team yet, but yeah, or Major League Baseball, I should say. But yeah, as I say, I think we're going to do okay. We've got the second best first baseman, the best left fielder, who's actually going to be a designated hitter for us. But yeah, so like Lance McCullers Jr., it says he's the 29th ranked. But if our infield works and he pitches, high movement balls to ground balls, then that's going to work out okay for us, I think. So yeah, we can, anyway, you can see everything there. Now, there is a little bit to catch you up on, mostly involving trades. Now, the first one is, Edwin Marino, who we had off Rule 5 draft. We ended up just trading him. He wasn't quite going to make the opening day roster, so I thought we'd trade him and see what we get. Now, I'm fairly sure we traded to the Mets, but it's gone back to Texas, which is maybe where we got him Rule 5 draft from. But anyway, let's have a look at who we got in. It was the Pirates, I just checked. But we've got Edouard Julien. Now, if the name sounds familiar, it's because he's Canadian. And we had him at our All-Canadian Blue Jays. And he was quite good for us there. He was playing DH in that particular series. In this one, though, I think we're going to look to use him either backup for Vlad at first base, potentially designated hitter, or as a bat in left field. He should do okay, really. I mean, there's a lot to like about him. He certainly proved to be good for us in the Jays. That's unusual for me to have the same player in two series in a row, never mind in the same version of the game. But let's have a quick look at his career here. Never has really got started as of yet, but I think to pick him up for basically a player that we were going to lose for nothing is quite good. So yeah, we'll see what we get out of him. But, yeah, he should have at least got a little bit of power there, should get RBIs, and, yeah, batting average of 273. If he can improve a little bit on that second full season, then I'll be delighted. Now, the other trade we did was with the Mets. It was Bellinger. We have sent him out. Now, the reason I've done this is that his bat was not particularly good for us last season. It's average, just below average. You can see OPS plus of 101, 106. So he's right on bang average. 11 million. He's a very good defensive player, but I just thought we've got Brennan Davis. It's sort of do or die for him this season. He either needs to make it or not, and I wanted to give him a good chance to make it, given that Bellinger was just not really doing anything, was he? He was just existing. So let's have a look and see who we got for Bellinger. And it's a little bit of a punt, this one, I've got to be honest. Christian Scott, he's a starting pitcher. Again, he's not really a ground ball pitcher. He does have okay movement. The reason that I got him, and if we go and have a look at his pitching stats in his career, like the sort of farm system career, for the most part, coming up, he's always had, a fairly good ERA. He's always had a good ERA plus for the most part. So I just thought it might be a good player to get in, and if he can become, just average, major league pitcher that can sort of come in if we have injuries or whatnot, then it'll be worth it. It knocks 11 million off of the wage budget or salary budget. So I just think that a lot about it to me made sense, given that we already had replacements in the club for Bellinger. So yeah, that's Christian Scott, who is a Cub as of a couple of days ago in game. Now, the other thing we've got to catch you up on quickly here is Kevin Made. He has picked himself up an injury. About a month he's going to miss of the season. He missed the end of last season. It's a problem because we're pinning so much on the fact that we're going to have him at second base that he does need to be fit. That is kind of important. So yeah, hopefully he's not going to become a bit of a sick note for us, because that would put a big dent in the plans for the season. Now, let's have a look and see how spring training went. And you can see here we were just below 500. We actually finished quite poorly, but I never put too much into it because there's so many players that they're calling, and it's the same for every team I know. So we're more sort of looking at who could make a step up this season, not even opening day, but just at some point. And yeah, so I don't worry too much about it. The Brewers, who we faced today, though, were very good, and the Cardinals, who were the runaway winners of the division last year, 7-19. Under 300. I mean, that is Canadian Blue Jay levels bad. So, yeah, that is something we hope will continue through the regular season. But the preseason predictions for the regular season, we can see the American League there. If you want to have a bit of a longer look, obviously, give it a quick pause. The White Sox are expected to win their division. Do we see any familiar names in amongst those? Or there's that Maldonado guy that we looked at. I would have liked to have got in free agency, but just a little bit too much money for us. But I don't see any former Cubs there, which is always promising. But if we go down and have a look at our league here, and there we go. We are predicted 2 games back in third. But that should be enough to get into the wild card. So we are predicted to make the postseason finally in season 4. And let's hope we do, to be honest, because otherwise, well, poor old Bruce Crabb's going to find himself in a deep fryer. Now, in terms of the league leaders, we're expected to see McQuaid and Vlad up there. I would expect that, to be honest. Pitchers, there's no one up there for us as of yet. But we just live in hope that we're just going to have a solid bullpen. That's all we need. We don't need to have any world stars. We just need to have a solid pitching staff. So speaking of the pitching staff, this is our opening day roster with their spring training numbers. For the most part, the starting rotation was fairly solid. Now, San Martin has come back in. He was very, very good when we had our proper setup for, in the middle infield there. So we're going to give him another chance in the starting rotation at the start of the year. Zerba was quite good. McCullers Jr. just got away from him a little bit at the end, to be honest, but he was doing okay. And Molina's the other one we got as a Rule 5 draft pick. He's going to be in the starting rotation to start the season, but we'll see how long he stays there. The other concerns, Cantorino really didn't have a great spring training, and Montano as well. Not a great spring training. A couple of the bigger names that you may notice are missing. Chris Clark is down in AAA, as is Reese Olson, who hasn't really come back well after that long-term injury he had. And there's another one that's missing as well, but I cannot for the life of me remember who that is. So anyway, maybe it'll come to me a little bit later on. But there we go. Those are the pitchers. Let's go and have a look at the batters. And here we go. So Alien Do and Nido will be our catchers. We are going to start with Waka Matsu. I want to call him Fozzie, like Waka Waka. That's probably a really dated reference, isn't it? But he did quite well in spring training. Edouard comes in as well. The major players to miss out here, again, I can't remember who they are now. Bellinger's left. Hasn't Kalanick is back in AAA. And Cabrera went back to AAA, and we'll see the rest of them through at some point through the season, I'm sure. Rafaela, though, he's a very useful player. He's worth his weight in gold, and I think when Kevin Maid comes back, it may well be Rojas that finds himself dropping out. That's how I think important Rafaela is. He can play every position well. If we look here, I mean, he's almost better in left field than he's anywhere else. He's just as good in center field as he is at second base. And if we look at his ratings, yeah, I mean, he's arguably a better pitch outfielder, than he is infielder. So yeah, there's very, very much to like about him, and he's a decent bat as well. So yeah, he's going to prove to be a very good trade, I think, as this season and series goes on. But that is everything, more or less. Let's go and catch these lineups for our opening day fixture in Milwaukee. Alright, and this is it here. The matchups look very, very even, don't they? So Triantos leads us off at third base. It is Crow Armstrong in center field batting second. Vlad bats third at first. McQuaid designated hitter cleans up. Swanson bats 5 at shortstop. He needs a better season with the bat this season. Julian makes his first Cubs appearance at 6 in left field. It is Brennan Davis in right field batting 7. Wakamatsu, what a great name to say that is, at second base bats 8. Nido the catcher bats 9. McCullers Jr. makes his first start as a Cub. Let's hope he has a good day. Corbin Burns was on the mound for them. Yeah, I mean, he does win the matchup. Let's hope that he has a bit of an off day here, perhaps. And yeah, we need to get off to a winning start here, ideally. So welcome to Milwaukee, and it's going to be Triantos to lead us off. Now, he was right up there, of course, in batting average for the National League last season. So we just need him to try to do that again for us. And he starts with a ground ball back to the second baseman and an infield hit. So we'll take that, won't we? Wonderful start. It brings Pete Crow Armstrong up to the plate now. An 0-1. He gets it into deep, left, right, center field, and Pete Crow Armstrong starts us with a home run. It is 2-0 to the Cubs. We haven't had an out yet. We've had 2 hits. 399 feet. What an excellent first swing of the bat of the season that is. Vlad Jr. will come in now. Let's see if he can keep this wonderful start going. He gets it into right field, and he will be our first out of the season. Bad luck, Vlad. In now comes McQuaid. He was in the conversation for MVP last season, as he is... Did he get a catch? Oh, he scrubbed it by his toes. That's a decent catch out there. He just needs to maybe do a little bit more, doesn't he, to get an MVP serious bid going, as Swanson starts off the season, as he messed up last season with another strikeout. Chicken Snetzel to lead them off. Let's see what McCullers Jr. can do, and he starts with a hit. If you're going to hit them, at least that's the way you want to do it, isn't it? All right, Brantley comes in for them now. Are we just setting up the double play? Of course we are. Never doubt McCullers Jr. What? He's a tactician, a baseball brain. Ty France will come in now. 2 out, no one on. A 3-1 pitch and a walk. You don't need a double play this time, mate. You could have just got the out there. But anyway, Maui Ahuna. That's a fantastic name. And that is into center field. Pete Crow Armstrong is there. And the first. And we have a 2-0 lead going into the second. Julian comes up for a first Cubs at bat. An 0-2 pitch for him. And he grounds it just back to the pitcher and beats the throw. And for the second inning in a row, we have an infield hit to start things off. Brennan Davis now. Really, really big season for him. He needs to get things going. He's a very good player. Attribute-wise, he just needs to start putting the numbers on the board for us. And he starts with a strikeout there. Runner at second as Julian got the stolen base. Wakamatsu comes in now. First at bat in Major League Baseball. And he has dropped it in. So he has a first hit of his Major League career. 1 out, runners at the corners. And it is Thomas Nido. A 1-2. Nido strikes out. And it's going to come down to Triantos to try and extend the lead. He is 1 for 1 today. It's a 2-1 pitch. Triantos into right field. Oh! And he is very, very unlucky. Top of the second, no runs, and Royce Lewis will come in for them. It's a 2-0 pitch, and that is into center field. Crow Armstrong can do nothing about it, and it is a leadoff single. In comes Kyle Teal. A 2-2. And a ground ball. We should get 1. Can we get 2? No. So, lead runner is dispatched. Urias to the plate to face McCullers. And a strikeout. A first as a Cub. And it is 2 away for Whit Merrifield now. COVID vaccine's own Whit Merrifield. And that will do it for the second. Alright, into the third we go. Crow Armstrong, who dispatched the home run first time around. A 2-0 pitch, and this time he grounds it through the first baseman, and he is 2 for 2. Leadoff man aboard for Vlad Jr., who is 0 for 1. A 3-1. Vlad draws the walk. 2 on, none out for McQuaid. 0 for 1, of course. Very unlucky to be caught in the first. Gets away from the catcher that one. And now with no one out, we have runners at second and third. And surely we're going to be looking at adding to our lead here. McQuaid watches strike 3. And in comes Swanson, who is 0 for 1. It's a first pitch swing. Swanson. Oh, infield fly. You've got to be kidding me. And it's going to come down to Edward Julian to try and become an instant hero with the Cubs fans. He gets it into center field. It is going to drop in, and it is going to score 2. It is a 2 RBI single for Edward Julian. It is 4-0. 2 out. Man at first for Davis, who is 0 for 1. And Davis has popped it up. And that will do it for that. Alright, we have Thomas Nido behind the plate, obviously. We have Wade Jr. at the plate. And that is into right field and 1 away. Alright, in comes Snitzel, who got hit first time around. This time he strikes out. And it is 2 down for Brantley, who is 0 for 1. An 0-1 pitch. And Brantley into center field. It drops in front of Crow Armstrong, and that will be a 2-out single. And it'll bring in Ty France now, who 0 for 0. What happened to him last? He walked, I think, last time, didn't he? And he gets a ball into left field. Julian fields it on the bounce. Suddenly 2 on, 2 out. And it is Maui at the plate, who is 0 for 1. And a strikeout for McCullers Jr. to end the third. Alright, Wakamatsu, who is 1 for 1. A full count. Oh, Wakamatsu a little bit late on that one. 1 away. Nido now, who's 0 for 1. It's a 1-1 pitch. Nido gets it into center field, but that is going to be caught for 2 away. And it'll bring up Triantos, who is he's 1 for 2. It's a 2-2 pitch. And Triantos into left field to end the top of the fourth. But we still have our 4-run lead, and McCullers Jr. will face Lewis, who is 1 for 1. It's a 1-0, and that is smashed away into right field for a leadoff single. Again, just probably setting up the double play. It's all under control. Teal, who's 0 for 1, a 2-2 pitch. That's into left field. It is Edward Julian under that one. And I always call him Edward, I think it's his last name. It's obviously not. Julian's his last name. In comes Urias, who is 0 for 1. 1 out, runner at first. And that should be 2. Pete Crow Armstrong is there. And that is indeed the second out. Whit Merrifield. And that is going to be out at first. And that will end the fourth. We are still 4-0 to the good. And it'll bring up Crow Armstrong to lead us off. 2 for 2, a home run, 2 RBIs, and a 1-2 pitch. And his good day is momentarily put on hold. Vlad, who is 0 for 1. Walked last time up, of course. A 1-2 pitch. Vlad strikes out again. 2 away for McQuaid, who is 0 for 2. It's a 1-1 pitch. And McQuaid hits it into center field, but it is caught. And that'll do it for the top of the fifth. In comes Wade Jr. for McCullers. You can see Wakamatsu at second base is a fairly decent replacement for Made. Not quite as good defensively, but as someone who can be a backup, it's pretty strong, I'd say. Chicken Schnitzel steps in with 1 out. First pitch swing into left field. Catch by Julian, 2 away. And it is Brantley now, who is 1 for 2. It's an 0-1 pitch. And that is into deep right field. Going back is Davis. Makes the catch. Ends the inning. It is still 4-0 to the Cubs. Dansby Swanson, who is 0 for 2. It's a full count. Is he going to strike out yet again? No, he's not. He gets a hit, actually, into shallow center field. And nobody panic, but Dansby Swanson is on base. He should be doing that fair more regularly, obviously. He's a quality player. He just doesn't do it for us. Julian draws a walk. 2 on, none out for Brennan Davis. Is this his time to arrive as a Major League Baseballer? A 2-2. Brennan Davis into center field. It is caught, and the runner will get himself over to third. So 1 away, runners at the corners. And it is Wakamatsu, who is 1 for 2. He has got it into, not quite through, but it will score the run. It is 5-0, an RBI. What do you call that? A sack? A sack infield hit? I don't know. Runner goes to second anyway. And Nido with 2 out will come up to the plate. Nido will strike out. He'll end the 6th, but we extend the lead by 1. And McCullers Jr. will continue to France, who is 1 for 1. A 1-0 and a ground ball. It's there for Triantos over to first. And that is 1 away. Triantos is the weakness defensively in the team. Well, Vlad as well, I suppose. But first base definitely is really that important, is it? And there is the second out as Julian makes... Actually, Julian's not the greatest either. But for the most part, we're pretty good defensively. And it's a 2-out, 3-1 pitch. A ground ball to Swanson out at first. And that'll do it for the 6th. Well, this is going just far too good, isn't it? Triantos will lead us off. He is 1 for 3 today. A 2-2 pitch. He watches strike 3. That is 1 away. It is Crow Armstrong now. 2 for 3. A 2-1. Crow Armstrong grounds it to the second baseman. That is 2 away. It'll bring in Vlad, who is 0 for 2. A 1-2 pitch. Vlad, oh, that is absolutely rocketed off the bat. I was just about to say, we're not doing too bad when we've got 5 runs and both Vlad and McQuaid are over. And then Vlad goes and smacks one 404 feet to make it 6-0 and ruin that in particular stat. So let's see what McQuaid can do now. We're going to be facing left-handed Eric Lauer. Now, as we've known from previous seasons, McQuaid not as good versus a lefty. It's a 2-1 pitch here, though. 2 out, no one on. And McQuaid gets it into center field. And my stat is completely blown out of the water now as both Vlad and McQuaid have themselves a hit. It is Dansby Swanson. Let's see what he can do. Swanson into center field. That is the end of the inning. We will stretch. 6-0. We lead. Alright, welcome back. McCullers Jr. will continue to Teal, who is 0 for 2. And it is a strikeout for 1 away. Only his 4th, but we know that's not what he's here to do. It's not part of the game plan necessarily this season, but he'll take another strikeout, 2 away. And Whit Merrifield will come in. First pitch swing. Merrifield into right field with a 2-out single. Alright, Wade Jr. will come on for Brant Herter. So McCullers Jr. goes 6.2, 5 hits, as of yet, no earned runs. Let's see what Brant Herter can do. He was brilliant for us out of the bullpen last year. 1 pitch, 1 out this year would suggest that's going to continue. And we go to the 8th, 6-0 up. Julian to lead us off. He is 2 for 2 and a 1-2 pitch. Julian, oh, I thought it was going straight up the middle, but he is caught at second. A little bit of bad luck there. Brennan Davis now, he is 0 for 3 and strikes out to make that 0 for 4. Wakasama now was it Wakamatsu? What can he do? First pitch swing. He gets it in to left field for a 2-out single. Nido will come to the plate now, and let's see what he can do. 0 for 3 today. And he goes 0 for 4 as we go to the bottom of the 8th, but 6-0. We are up here. Herder will continue to Snitzel, who is 0 for 2. It's an 0-2 pitch. And it's a ground ball. Oh, Wakamatsu. Well, he commits the first error. And it is Brantley coming in now, who is 1 for 3. Is that going to hurt us? That should be a double play. 1. Just 1. We do get the man at second, though. Ty France now, who is 1 for 2. It's a 2-0. France into left field. Edouard Julien will not have a catch. Gets it in nice and quickly, though, but not quick enough to prevent a double. So runners at second and third with 1 away now. Maui to the plate, who is 0 for 3. And that is a big, big strikeout. Takes the sac fly out of play, and this shutout is still on. Herder will face Lewis, who is 2 for 3. It's a 2-0 pitch. It is a ground ball. Vlad to first. And, oh, the shutout goes. The shutout goes. It is 6-1. And Herder will now face Teal, who is 0 for 3. It's a full count. It is a strikeout, and we will go to the 9th. We have a 5-run lead. Triantos will lead us off. He is 1 for 4 today. It's an 0-1 pitch. Triantos. Is he going to have a second infield hit of the day? I think he is. And Triantos. Well, that's annoying if you're a Milwaukee fan, isn't it? Crow Armstrong now, 2 for 4. A 1-1 pitch. Crow Armstrong, is that going to find the grass out there? Yes, it is. So we have 2 on, no one out. Vlad to the plate, who is 1 for 3. And a 2-2 pitch. Vlad grounds it to the third baseman. It might be a double. It is. He won the Golden Anchor last season, and he's putting his foot forward to win it again this year. So McQuaid now, 2 out, runner at third. Can he drive a run across for us? It's a 2-2 pitch. He strikes out. Is that his 3rd strikeout of the day? Anyway, we go to the bottom of the 9th. Herder will continue to Urias, who is 0 for 3. It's a 3-1 pitch. And that is popped up into left field. Julian is there, 1 away. All right, Whit Merrifield now, who is 1 for 3. A 1-0 pitch. He has swatted that away like it's a COVID vaccine and is caught in right field. And it will be the final out. It is Wade Jr. He is 0 for 3. He's going to face Brant Herder. It is a 1-1 pitch. There is no one on. There are 2 outs. And that should be opening day victory. Well done. This could be a promising season based off of that. Very, very pleased. So there we go, McCullers Jr. It was mixed reception for him in on the Discord, I've got to say, when we got him last episode. But for the most part, yeah, he's done very well there. Extreme ground ball pitcher, and it worked, didn't it? It just worked. So almost 7 shutout innings, a win. And if we look at the standings, as we say every time we win on opening day, is it too early to talk perfect season? I don't think it is, to be honest. If we don't talk about it now, we probably never will get to, will we? So there we go. That will do it for today. If you've enjoyed that, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you next time. We'll get the season underway. We'll come back sometime in May. All right, let's come back for, ideally, we like home games so I can do the big scoreboard thing and all that. But anyway, we'll come back probably for the Phillies. We don't want to wait too long into May, so we'll do that. We'll go to Philadelphia and hopefully come back with a win. Until then, guys, up in Aussieville, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.